Welcome to Guitar Mageddon. Today we're going to be going over the Be Careful system. It's a system I designed myself to map out the fretboard just using logic. Logically speaking, we're going to be skipping over a fret every time we go from one letter to the next, except for when we land on the letter B and the letter E, which spells the word be, which reminds us to be careful when we land on them. Here's what I mean. E, be careful, F is the very next fret. But from there I'm skipping to G, skipping a fret to A, skipping a fret to B, then I have to remember to be careful. C is my very next fret. I'm going to skip a fret to D, I'm going to skip a fret to E. Once you hit the double dot, you have done the full octave and you can move on to the next string. B string, be careful right away. C is the very next fret. Skip to D, skip to E, but be careful. F. Skip to G, skip to A, skip to B, and you've completed the octave. You went from B to shining B. Next up is the G string, number 3. After G, we recycle back to A. From A, you skip to B, but be careful, C. Skip to D, skip to E, be careful, F, and you skip to G. Next, we have the D string. After D, we skip from fret 0 D to fret 2 E. Then I remember to be careful. F is the very next fret. From F, I skip to G, skip to A, skip to B. Then I got to be careful. C is the next fret. I skip to D and then I'm done. The last string before we repeat ourselves is A. From A, I'm going to skip to B. Be careful, C. Skip to D, skip to E, but be careful. F. I'll skip to G, skip to A. Now E is the first, same as the first string, and just as luck would have it, I'm going to use power chords. Fret 0, that's going to be my fret 0 E, be careful. F is my fret 1 power chord, G is my fret 3 power chord. When I say fret 5 power chord, I mean my index is on fret 5. That's my A power chord. From A, I'm going to skip to B. Be careful, C. Skip to D, power chord. And be careful, E. Now I've mapped out the fretboard and applied a little bit of that letter knowledge to my power chords. From there, you should have plenty to work with, and I would encourage all of my students to map out the fretboard when you sit down with your guitar for about 2 minutes and just see how quickly you can get through the whole thing. Challenge yourself for speed, and never forget to keep shredding.